So she recorded your meeting at 6:30. She goes live.
Good evening, everyone. It's 6:30 PM. I'd like to welcome all of y'all here to the regular city council meeting, City of Kermit. We're in the council chambers. And if y'all don't mind, we'll stand call the meeting to order by doing our two pledges of allegiance, and Councilman Hazel leading us on our invocation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Let us all pray. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we ask that you be with us this evening. Lead, guide, and direct us that the decisions made will be for the betterment of our city as well as for the goodness of our citizens and residents. We ask that you have your hand of guidance and mercy upon our mayor and his family at this time during their time of loss. Please grant them traveling mercies during the next few days for the trip they have to endure. We ask that you bless everybody that will be in Kermit this weekend and grant them traveling mercies for a safe arrival here as well as a safe return trip home, and for all that are involved to oversee their safety and well-being. We ask all of these things in your most precious name. Amen.
Thank you, sir. So we're going to start off on a high note tonight for the core values that I feel like we've tried to instill in the city of Kermit. For a special recognition tonight of city employees that were involved in some life-saving actions. Mike, you want to give us the background, and we'll hand out some awards.
Mayor, Council, we do want to recognize the employees that were involved in this. It was unfortunate that the gentleman that they performed life-saving actions on did not survive. But on, I believe it was Monday, September the 8th, while the team was working on the streets, getting them ready for the steel code that was going to happen in a couple of days, they heard the cry for help. The son of the gentleman that was pinned under a vehicle, he was crying for help, and we had our 4 employees that showed up, and they're here today that will receive the awards recognition. They went over, they actually were able to jack the car up, remove the gentleman, slide him out from underneath while performing CPR. After a period of time, a short period of time, we had 2 officers that came into the scene who took over CPR, and they're also here in the council chambers. And they did that until EMS arrived. And EMS at that point in time took the gentleman to the hospital. I think they ended up air flighting him to another hospital. He did not survive, but we did want to recognize our employees because they went over and beyond. And when they heard the cry for help, they jumped to action immediately. Most of the time you may just want to simply call 911, wait for police officers to show, but these employees didn't wait. They actually, the car had fallen on top of the individual, and they actually jumped in, lifted the car up, pulled the gentleman out, and performed the CPR. So that's what's happened on that particular life-saving action that the employees performed. And I just want you to know that it's, I think the executive team is extremely proud of what they did, extremely proud that they took action, that they jumped in right away, did not hesitate. And I think the mayor's right, is that the core values we're attempting to instill and working on is beginning to manifest itself. And we see it in these particular items that come up, these things that do happen, that we see these things begin to start coming out, and we're pretty proud of what they've done. It's an unfortunate incident for the gentleman and the family, although I know that they did, a couple of them did come up and thank them for what they did and attempted to do. And so for that, Mayor, we do have some recognitions that we've given you. And if you would like, we could probably have them come up and and just have them stand.
And then we'll do a group
Let me
photo.
do it over there. That way they can catch them on camera also.
Oh, perfect. Then we'll do it. As I call your name, gentlemen, coming up, we'll present the awards and then we'll do a group photo with them. Donald Allsbrooks. Noe Jimenez Jr. John Hausmeyer. Paul Messer, sorry about that. Practice that all day. Oscar Longoria,
You coming in?
we'll make him feel bad. Miguel Reyes. Isela Warner,
He's not with me.
just tonight or permanently?
No, tonight.
So we could take a moment. Okay, we'll wait on Oscar. Y'all look good though. You had a fine looking bunch. Council, y'all want to make any comments while we're waiting on Oscar to come in?
I just want to thank y'all, and we are definitely very honored and pleased and proud of you guys. Thank y'all. It's truly servant leadership.
And we did attend the funeral too, so
Oh, that's awesome.
we appreciate
Come on
it.
in, Oscar.
I know that was probably a very hard thing for y'all to go through, and we appreciate y'all not thinking twice and trying to take care of someone.
And I know I pointed to our core values, but that's truly something that comes from within. That's not something that we can coach. It's truly something that y'all have within you. And thank you very much for your attempts to save that man's life. Thank you. Tommy, do you mind?
This is what you do every day.
Right,
Sorry.
he's got the next one. Miguel.
Like me.
Oh, one extra.
Go ahead. You guys can just stand for a photo or just, I already standing, just be there for a photo.
It's always nice when we have something positive instead of something negative
Yes.
for the city. Y'all are a prime example of the positive activity.
Don't have that much. Okay, moving along, our item number 5 on our agenda tonight is a proclamation that recognizes September 2025 as National Emergency Preparedness Month. If y'all bear with me, I'm going to read these proclamations. Whereas emergencies, disasters can strike at any time, often without warning, and can have devastating effects on families, homes, businesses, and our community. And whereas preparedness is a vital part of strengthening our community's resilience to ensuring that individuals, families, schools, businesses, and organizations are ready to respond and recover quickly in the face of emergencies. And whereas the National Emergency Preparedness Month, observed each September, provides an important opportunity to remind residents of the importance of planning ahead, staying informed, building emergency kits, and engaging in community preparedness efforts. And whereas local emergency management personnel, first responders, healthcare workers, utility providers, and countless volunteers work tirelessly to protect and serve our community during the time of crisis, and their dedication deserves recognition. And whereas by working together as a community, we can reduce the impact of disasters and emergencies and help ensure the safety and well-being of all residents here in the city of Kermit. Now therefore, I, David Holbrook, Mayor of the City of Kermit, Texas, do hereby proclaim the month of September 2025 as National Emergency Preparedness Month in the city of Kermit, and encourage all residents to take proactive steps and to prepare themselves and families and neighborhoods for emergencies by making a plan, building a kit, staying informed. And witness whereof I appear unto, set my hand and cause the seal of the city of Kermit to be affixed this 18th day of September 2025. Second proclamation is an important one here in Kermit. It's recognizing Hispanic Heritage Month, the month of September. Whereas Hispanic Heritage Month is celebrated nationwide from September 13th through October 15th, honoring the history, culture, traditions, and countless contributions of Hispanic and Latino Americans. And whereas this period was chosen because it coincides with the independence anniversary of several Latin American countries, including Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, Mexico, and Chile. And whereas the Hispanic and Latino community has played a vital role in shaping the cultural, social, and economic fabric of the city of Kermit, enriching our community with traditions of family, faith, service, and hard work. And whereas we recognize and celebrate the many achievements and contributions of Hispanic Americans who strengthen our schools, businesses, and neighborhoods, and government who have helped build a stronger and more vibrant community for all. And whereas it is fitting that the city of Kermit join in this national observance by honoring the legacy, history, and ongoing contributions of our Hispanic and Latino residents. Now, therefore, I, David Holbrook, Mayor of the City of Kermit, Texas, do hereby proclaim the month of September 2025 as Hispanic Heritage Month in the city of Kermit, and encourage all residents to take proactive steps to prepare themselves, their families, and their neighborhood. Layer here, I don't think we need to build a kit for the National Hispanic Month. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the city of Kermit to be affixed this 18th day of September 2025. So do we have any first responders and city employees that fall under these two guidelines? Mike, we'll get some pictures and then get this proclamation corrected.
Yeah.
Caesar, I mean, you wanna gather your groups up?
We could probably take a group photo outside of all the Hispanic.
I was gonna say, you're gonna need to go outside and
First responders. Albrook. First responder.
Ow. Greg, any?
Do we have a wide angle lens?
We're gonna test it, aren't we?
There you go.
Close.
Trying to get.
Do it from this angle if you need to, maybe.
Or maybe from that corner.
Not sure.
Park in the corner over there.
Turn
sideways if y'all can
Maybe from my house.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank y'all. Pick two. Well, one of them's wrong. The Hispanic one's gotta be redone. Great group. Thank y'all. All right, we don't have anybody from the public, so we'll skip that. Go on to, Miss Hope Williams, would you like to come and address the?
I was wondering if you would want to ignore me.
Yes, no, ma'am. I just gotta get a chance to pick at you once in a while.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. I'm pleased to provide you with an update. I'm pleased to provide you with an update on our new ESL classes, which started this past Monday, September the 15th, making this our third year on the program. Although Odessa College did not receive funding this year, the classes are proceeding thanks to the support of the Literacy Coalition of the Permian Basin and the determined fundraising effort of Ms. Teresa Burnett from the Monahans Chamber of Commerce. We were allocated funding for 50 students, and I'm happy to report that every available seat was filled on the first night of registration, which was Monday, September the 8th. Testing began the same evening and continued through Tuesday, the 9th, and Thursday, the 11th. We have already, excuse me, established a waiting list for new enrollees for the January semester. Additionally, 20 students from last year returned to participate. Our classes are scheduled Mondays and Tuesdays from 6 to 8. This year, students are grouped in 3 levels. Basic, taught by Brenda Olguin. Intermediate, instructed by Carissa Venegas. And newly added advanced led by Dr. James Kishner. The curriculum begins with fundamentals such as colors, numbers, the alphabet, verbs, nouns, and pronouns, progressing to skills like composing emails, letter writing, and ultimately resume preparation. This year, we are fortunate to have an additional volunteer supporting our efforts. We remain deeply appreciative of the city of Kermit for providing the space in which our classes are held. Special kudos to Mimi Donato for her continued support, ensuring smooth operation and making herself available whenever needed. As a final note, I'd like to inform the council that since registration night, 7 individuals have already requested information about citizenship. I have prepared packets for them containing the N400 application, detailed instructions, and the 128 questions covering American history and civics. The overall expenditure should not exceed $1,200 for submission to the U.S. Customs and Immigration Services. My greatest reward is helping these individuals achieve an important milestone in their new lives in the United States. Thank you.
Okay. In closing on that, I'm proud that the city's able to have the forethought to waive those fees and make that building available. It's for the community, and I'm glad that we're able to do that and make that happen.
And it's something that we deeply appreciate, and that is why we felt we needed to give you an update and let you know how it's going.
50 students is pretty amazing.
Yes, sir, it is.
Great job.
And we're hoping that since we closed the classes down to just 2 days a week, that we'll have a bigger retention than we did last time with 3 days a week. It makes it difficult for them.
Great job. Thank you for what you did. Appreciate you. Number 8 on our agenda is executive session, which we do not have any items to discuss in executive session. So we will move on to item number 10, which is our consent agenda items. In your package, you'll find the minutes from the regular city council meeting, August 19th, the special city council meeting on August 19th as well, which was our budget workshop, and then the special city council meeting on August 28th. Also in there, you'll see the accounts payable and your investment reports. I'll do that time to look those over before I entertain a motion.
On the minutes for August 19th, on item F, it says, motion was made by Council Lady Judy Williams to approve the ordinance 2505 petition for Mr. W, and the motion was seconded by Council Lady Judy Williams.
What number is it?
F.
It's quite busy.
And split personality.
Kelsey that made the second, if I remember right.
I did not make the second on that.
Well, maybe it's Frida.
I'll go back and.
Okay.
You have the recording. Kelsey.
There's also a typo on the August 19th for mayor. What number? Number 2. Mater.
No, I thought I must do.
I'm sorry, I'll get that.
I like it.
Might start a trend.
You never know. All of them may.
What's the status on helping Diana with the minutes with that machine y'all was talking about?
We're,
To do the minutes, to help her do the minutes.
Yeah, we're actually, have begun to start condensing the minutes. We're having, we're looking at our current software package that we do online to do agenda preparation. The minutes will still have to be done, but now based on what we're doing it today, it'll be recorded, we'll watch. So we'll be able to have that.
Okay.
And then in the bills, could you tell me what the MTO construction is on page 3?
MTL,
Yes, sir.
that is for, the Spruce Street project.
This asphalt.
Yes. That was based, we received a $500,000 grant, but that was the amount that we paid extra for the extension from the alley to, Olive.
Okay, to make them meet.
Any other discussion on our consent agenda item? No further discussion, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion, that on item 10, with that, the minutes, the accounts payable and investment reports presented.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve our consent agenda items A, B, and C. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carried. Our old business is to discuss and consider on second reading ordinance 2505, petition by Mr. W Fireworks Incorporated for release of the extra territorial jurisdiction. Give me a quick second, I'll read that.
Did we find out if that includes the food truck on the property?
No, this is just for the fireworks stand.
Just for fireworks, okay.
The ordinance 2505 is, like I said, a second reading of the petition by Mr. W Fireworks for the release from the extraterritorial jurisdiction. Under Texas state law, we're required to grant these, so it's really just basically a rubber stamp. Upon removal from the ETJ, the subject property will no longer fall under the regulatory authority of the city of Kermit. If you don't have any questions on the second reading, we can take a motion on that.
The motion we, second reading on ordinance 25-05.
It doesn't matter.
Just gonna let Judy do it. Going and running. Going and running. Ready, Judy? Okay.
It doesn't matter.
So first.
We have a motion and a second to approve ordinance 2505. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Second reading passes. Joe? All right, new business. What we need to do now, it is 6:54 PM and I'm going to hold a public hearing. And this is going to be based on our proposed fiscal year 2026 budget for the city of Kermit. So do we have anybody from the public that would like to speak on the 2026 budget? Okay, this time I'm going to close the public hearing at 6:54 PM with no public comments. And we are going to move on to item B, which is to discuss and consider the proposed fiscal year 2026 budget for the city of Kermit. And this will cover the period of October 1st, 2025 through September 30th, 2026. So council, I'll give you all a minute to look at that.
So as you're looking at it, I do want to point out one error that I found. I'm hoping it's on this one. We found plenty from the time. The problem is when one person looks at it all the time, everything kind of blurs together. But my transmittal letter that I submitted is different than the last one that you saw, only in that, the current tax rate was not correct. It's actually a high tax rate. You notice that it does say it is, 0.37 is our tax rate. And so that being the case, we actually have an 11% decrease in our tax rate. So the 0.33 is still a tax rate that's being submitted, but I just want you to, because I want you to know that in the budget, it does show that difference in there. But it's actually, instead of 5% that you got in your last budget book, it's actually 11%. And that's not going to change the budget.
We have 3 more years on the sewer fund, correct?
That's correct, yes, sir.
Make the motion if everybody's ready.
This is certificate of consideration. At tomorrow's meeting is when we'll actually vote on the ordinance to approve the budget.
Okay,
But we did want to bring it up tonight to allow for the public hearing.
okay.
So
I
any
think
further-
everything looks good. I don't see anything we need to change.
I just want to commend everybody that put blood, sweat, and tears into it. No, take it one more time, and it's great. Thank you very much.
Be thorough. Okay, moving on to item C. I'm going to open up the public hearing at 6:57 PM. The public hearing on this one is for our proposed budget fiscal year 2026 ad valorem tax rate. That tax rate is at 0.334750 per 100 valuation for the city of Kermit. And that is a proposed increase of the no new revenue tax rate. So again, this is a discussion and consideration, and we'll take it under vote tomorrow. Anybody from the public here to speak on the proposed tax rate?
On behalf of the citizens, I'd like to say thank you for the reduction.
Ma'am, Hope Williams, appreciate that. Any further comments from the public? Okay, at this point in time, 6:58 PM, I'll close the public hearing and open up the discussion in consideration for council. And once again, we will be presenting this tomorrow and tomorrow morning to council meeting. There weren't any changes on this, Mike, were there from the last time?
No,
Everything looks good.
Any further discussion on that one? Thank you. So item number E under new business is to discuss and consider approving ordinance 2506 on its first reading. And this is a ordinance that covers the city of Kermit, Texas municipal retirement system and the benefits that we put into that. Mike, you want to discuss that part of the ordinance?
Mayor, Council, I think I've discussed this during our budget workshops. There was a change in the law that is HB 3161 that allows municipalities to increase the municipal retirement for employees up to 8%. So it now includes, the law currently says 5%, 6%, 7%. This change now allows for 8%. As we mentioned, during our, budget workshops, we did, ask the employees what their thoughts were. If they would be, entertaining and want to look at an increase up to 8%, because that would take an additional 1% out of their check. They all were in favor of it in order to put it towards retirement. But in order for this to take place, because it is a statute change, there is an ordinance that we have to file. So this is the first reading of that ordinance that takes us up to 8%. And the second reading won't actually happen until our October meeting. And after we post twice, the effect will actually happen until November, is when you'll start seeing the first 8% being taken out. But this is what this is, just the ability for the city to now start taking 8% out of the employees' checks for retirement.
I move to approve the ordinance 2506, increasing the TMRS employee contribution rate from 7% to 8% for HB 3161 from the 89th legislative session effective October 1st, 2025.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve ordinance 2506, which covers the city of Kermit's participation in the TMRS system, following the guidelines provided by the 89th legislative session. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Wilson. Our next item up for agenda item is item F, is to discuss and consider an intergovernmental agreement with the Winkler County Law Enforcement Center / jail for the purpose of housing incarcerated prisoners that have been detained by the fine officers of the City of Kermit Police Department. Mike, we'll cover us on that one real quick.
Mayor, Council, this is an annual agreement that we go into with Winkler County. It's primarily the Sheriff's Department, but in order to detain those individuals that have been received, I guess for lack of a better word, by the police department. This is at a rate of $80 a day, which is what we had last year. And it pretty much just covers the housing, food, housing, everything like that. I will let you know that the contract, as it was last year, any medical expenses that are incurred will be at the cost of the city. But the agreement states that Winkler County would notify us prior to that occurring and get our approval for it. And so, but this is just an annual agreement that we have to sign.
I'll make a motion to accept item F on the agenda, which is the renewal of the contract between the city and Winkler County Sheriff's Department at the sum of $80 a day for housing of prisoners.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the intergovernmental agreement with Winkler County Law Enforcement in regards to the housing of incarcerated prisoners detained by the City of Kermit. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item G on our agenda item is to discuss and consider a mural by artist Taylor Barnes to be located on the City of Kermit McGuire Annex Building located at 407 West Austin, which is right behind our marquee. You'll have those pictures in your packet. There are 3 different concepts based on the revisions that we sent back to her. You'll notice the first 2, the murals are the same, but the writing at the bottom is different. And then the third one is completely different. 3 individuals, and then they did put a page with all 3 on the same page. You can look at them at the same time.
I like the very first one the best, but I have concerns that it's dark, and maybe it's still dark because it's on this paper, but I don't think we want it. I don't know. It just looks too dark to me.
And how hard did we try to make this guy look like Tony?
He's got to look at it.
Good, was it? It could, yeah.
The third one, the Maltese cross for the fire department, to me looks faded out.
I'm a little younger. Well, hey, I didn't say when.
I do like the eagle on the third one,
I
it
do
starts
love
on his
the eagle.
face.
Yeah.
I'm in agreement with that.
I love
Kind of
that.
highlight
Think
the
it darkens-
Maltese
you can
cross a
darken
little
the
bit.
Maltese
I like
cross.
that one.
I like them three the best, but I just took the way the Maltese cross was better. That's how I hated.
We may ask her just to kind of make it a little bit more pronounced.
Yeah, no more pronounced. I love the eagle with the stars on it too. That is, I think that's totally awesome. They're all good. They're all
Very good
good.
to talk to. Yeah, it is.
So that mural, all three of them, I believe, Mike, were the same price.
Yes.
Between 33,450 and 37,800. Once again, these funds come out of our hotel motel money as part of the arts department, so this is not city funds that come out of the general account. And we have already paid for the conceptual sketch, I think, right? Yeah. So. And I think I'll let you speak on the schedule.
Yes, I did contact her to ask her if it was approved tonight, what her schedule would be. She said it would probably take about 4 weeks to complete the mural. She cannot begin prior to October the 24th, but can begin just immediately after that. So was looking at completion date of about November 21st. She did say there'll be no breaks in between. She's not scheduled anything else during that time frame, so she'll be here to complete it. The moment she starts to complete it, and that's also, she said, to do the wall restoration. It'll take about 4 weeks to get it done, the moment that we say yes.
So it should be finished maybe by the night of the Christmas parade.
Well, she'll finish, she said, by November 21.
Before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, she'll finish before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So it'd be.
Yeah, correct, I'm sorry, yes. It'll be completed by the time we have the Christmas parade, yes.
We had also kind of talked about doing I don't know what the best way to describe it, an unveiling of the other canvas while she's here, or the other mural.
On the public works wall.
Do some press on that with her here. Do a little ceremony. So, you want to give some feedback on 1, 2, or 3, council?
I like number 2, but I would like the service honor community in that color lettering. Only because I like the flag there. And then the fire on the fireman, maybe this to give it more. But I just like the service honor and community, kind of just. When it gets everything. My goals too.
Are you talking about taking the detail of fireman from 3?
And put it on,
Okay, I think that's going to be a conceptual change.
okay.
I think the lightning and bringing the Maltese would not be, if something like what Councilman Hayes discussed. But I think if we take the best of this one and move it to that one and that one to this one, I think it's going to be a conceptual
I
change.
believe that's what happened the last time this was brought up. We made some changes, moved things around.
And
Yes,
three
all the
does
same
have the
conceptual
service honor and community. So we will be able to do that. And remember too, and y'all are right, the ink and the printer is what's causing this to be darker, but we'll make sure she understands whichever one y'all pick, that the ambulance is more realistic and all that. So.
I just don't want it to look dark, you know?
No, I don't
It
either.
should be bright
Well, I
and
think our other one looked dark when we,
Mhm.
that was one of
Yeah,
our concerns
it
when we
did.
first saw the conceptual.
And one of the things that you need to know is that we are gonna be putting floodlights out on the one in the Public Works building. We'll probably end up trying to do the same thing here, be it to make it a little bit more, a little more flash when they drive through to be able to see.
I just like the flag in. That's my opinion, either 1 or 2. So,
Yep.
with the flag.
that's what I'm saying.
I love one, the Maltese cross is prevalent in 1 or 2. That's it's good. I like the dress flag. Thank you, brothers. Thank you for your service.
Go down one by one. please.
Okay. Any input on number 1? Any further input on number 2? And then any input on number 3? And I think the best way to do it is just take a motion and we'll see if one approves, two approves, or three approves, rather than a vote of
I don't
hands.
think we're
So-
all on the same page.
So,
Yeah,
I'll
it's,
hear a
because
motion.
they're all so close. I just want to say for anybody out there who has not seen them, they're all very, very similar. It's one or two are about the same.
I mean, there's certain things, I mean, we could change, but then how much is she gonna charge us to change it again?
Do you think she'd change just the color of that? With this color?
Sure.
Would that be like a big?
Yeah, I think the color will not, I think if you're talking about
I mean,
shifting things around.
I just
because-
think that lettering pops out more of that color. I like it too.
Do I hear a motion?
So I'm gonna make a motion, we go with two, but with the brighter color
On the lettering.
on the letters.
Okay.
That's mine.
Okay, we have a motion to accept your roll number 2. Do I hear a second?
Could they somehow or another, I wonder if she could just work in the thank you for your service
Yeah.
on number 2.
Yeah, can we have both the words on either one or two? Both, because that's what I like, I think the most about number 3 is both the wordings.
Is the wording.
Is that a conceptual change? We're allowed so many, right? Two?
Yeah, I think that would be because she's got to rearrange and she got to move Tony down a little bit.
Could she, could you leave Tony, you think, and just scoot it down to do the whole bottom, like banner the whole bottom?
Or wherever she could.
Okay.
Or up in these plains where there's nothing?
I think if
Well,
you,
I like the thank you for
if
your
you
service as
banner,
well.
if you
but if
banner
did
it all the way
both,
across, you're
I
gonna
like all
lose
the
it.
words.
Maybe could she make Tony smaller?
Do we need to call Taylor?
I wonder if she could, okay, like on one where we've got thank you for your service. I wonder if she could take it and put service maybe on the left side, honor maybe up somewhere, put the 3 words, just place them somewhere around.
Separate them on the sides.
Yeah, and then maybe, community over here where it's got a blank on this, side, just work those 3 words in with the artwork that she's presented, the format she's presented. Just add those to it.
Or if she could put the flag in number 3.
Yeah.
Make the flag bolder. I mean, it's there. But that eagle, and I know you like that.
Actually, I think the stars on top of the face are cool, but I see what you're saying. Like if we drop the eagle, bring in the American flag right there, then that's all the words.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
the Maltese cross.
Just, yeah.
But we took Tony out,
But we've taken Tony out at that point.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tony.
unless he has a ponytail.
What do you think, Mr. Mayor?
He likes the eagle with the stars on it. Correct?
Yeah, and along with the banner, the thank you for your service banner.
Mhm.
I think if the flag would have been on there, I would have liked it as well. I
That's
just,
what I'm saying.
but
They
I
would have done
like,
the flag color.
yeah. And with the lighter, left side being lighter and the Maltese being brought a little more forward, but. Mr. Joe, if there's, I think any one of the 3 would be great, but it's gonna last a while until we tear that building down.
Just feel the flag, it's great fit on there. The eagle kind of just stands out, really. I think it's dark, but I mean, the flag is there.
It is behind the,
Yeah.
Behind it.
yeah, you're right, it is. And I don't think it'll be that dark, Bill. I honestly think that's just the way it came out. The American flag is, the eagle setting on the American flag. I didn't quite see that, but you're right.
Yeah.
It is there. And we can make sure that she highlights the American flag a little bit more.
Makes it a little more prominent.
Yep, and then that way you have the eagle, the banners, you kind of capture everything everybody's talking about except for Tony. And
Mhm.
we can get him to stand in front of it and take his picture or something.
Yeah, we could.
Um,
Okay.
So they lightened up the Maltese, highlighted the American flag on the bottom. Does that give you enough of the feel y'all are looking for and keeping your banners, your wording banners?
I think so. I think we make the flag more prominent in number 3.
I like that.
Look how you can see the 2 your Texas flag and 3 you can't.
Well, it's the same thing. It's back there, but it's not as prevalent.
It's in there.
And I think if we drop the woman and the small child, we can get the Texas flag back maybe. If we wanted to do that.
Mhm.
So we can give some ideas, have Mike go back to her, see if that's gonna cost. But what I would like
Really picky.
to help us get the date set, I'd like to go ahead and approve it with those changes. But if she doesn't, and give Mike an authority up to a certain amount to approve a conceptual change. And if she doesn't, if it's too much or she doesn't want to do that, then of course Mike would enter into the agreement to do that. But that way we get a date set.
Flag in Texas.
So I think y'all are all in agreement. You want the service on our community, and thank you for your service on this, right?
Yes.
With the lighter font. Okay. We want the Texas flag more prevalent,
Yes.
Yes.
okay? We want the American flag more prevalent,
Yes.
the Maltese cross brought forward just a little bit, or make sure it doesn't disappear in the colors.
We discussed what, 3? Yes.
Mhm. So take out the small child, gotta go, sorry, small child. Take out the small child,
We're gonna take out the woman too?
mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
To
you
bring
can't
the-
have one
To
without
bring the
this.
flag forward, right?
Yeah, kind of bring the
Yeah.
Texas flag forward, bring the American flag forward a little bit, keep the eagle setting on that with the stars as it's waving across. Lighten up the Maltese in that left side.
Yes. Yeah, you can see the stripes.
See the red and white stripes.
Oh, okay.
So just make it more prevalent.
Maybe, yeah.
I think that's good.
What do y'all think?
That's-
I like that.
And lighter. Lighter colors.
And
We're in this.
Less.
our typical conceptual drawing changes are $5,000. Do we want to tell Mike 2,500? You like that?
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Because basically it's just darkening two things, but it's removing the woman and child.
And y'all, she may honestly do that without a conceptual chart, but I'd like to agree to something to give Mike the
Yes.
authority on, so we don't have to come back to council again.
Okay, so I'll make a motion for,
I think Mike's got one more
Yeah,
discussion.
I would just, as a point of clarification, do you have a motion on the floor right now from Councilwoman Charbonnet for the second? You can either vote it down or she can withdraw her motion.
It could die, right?
It could die from a lack of a second.
Don't jump up and give it live support, y'all.
I like mine too. I'm not gonna leave.
Okay, so we have a second on, Councilwoman Chavez's, motion for number 2? With no second, that motion dies. Okay, do we have any further motions regarding the murals?
I'll make a motion for condition number 3 with the changes that Mike can ask about to make the US flag more prevalent, the Texas flag more prevalent, and the Maltese cross a little more prevalent, and the removal of the figure of the woman and child so the Texas flag can be more prevalent, and leaving the rest of it intact and give him the authorization of $2,500 for changes.
A second.
We have a motion and a second, to authorize city manager to engage in conversation with Ms. Taylor Barnes in regards to mural number 3, with the approval to approve conceptual changes up to $2,500, Barnes. And can we, well, so we have a motion. Have a second?
Yes, second.
Okay, motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Mike, I think all we'd ask is that we could get a picture of what it's gonna look like. Okay, y'all agree with that?
Yes.
All right, thank you. And I agree with you, all 3 were good. So that's another super duper thing, and I'd love to see it by the time Thanksgiving and Christmas parade. And run with the elves. Okay, item 13 is our agenda item. In an effort to provide a little more efficiency in our new format, the staff's going to be available to answer any questions that y'all may have, council. starting with the administrative reports, public safety reports, municipal court reports, and any public works reports. I'll give you all kind of a second to look over those, and then we'll, move on if there's not any objections. Let's see. And we do have a addition, the hotel sheet is up here that wasn't on our original.
Mayor, I did call, Ricky about the trash truck, and the delivery date is set for the 24th, which is next Wednesday, of that last trash truck.
September?
No, oh, yes, 24th of September.
Oh, that's.
Next-
Of 2025.
Yes,
2025,
Just
great
gotta-
news.
2027.
I think you'll get
No.
Yes, sir. Yes, Renee is set to be delivered, the 24th.
awesome.
Next
That's a
Wednesday.
great update. And that will give us our fourth new trash truck.
Yes, sir.
All 4 trucks were bought with just a little bit more than we spent for 6 months with Republic.
Wow.
Great job.
Do we know when we plan to tear down the current animal shelter?
Yes, right now what we have is, because of the fact that we managed to get the quick claim deed on the Girl Scout hut, which now belongs to the city, we're gonna use that as a temporary shelter for the animals that we are housing currently. We've got it checked, we've got, cages supposed to be delivered, tomorrow, so the dogs and then just the dogs, I guess, we're having, will be moved over probably on Monday and Tuesday of next week. But we got water, electricity, everything there. Once that happens, then we'll begin the demolition of the ACO building. We get the concrete laid. The steel structure has been ordered and is set for delivery in, I believe, mid-November. So maybe we can celebrate having that come in along with the mule. And then once that happens, we'll start construction of it. I anticipate this construction will probably take us a couple of months. I'm thinking it'll probably be in January before we can finally get it fully open.
How many do we anticipate carrying over?
Maybe
Dogs,
Yes.
approximately 24.
What about cats?
Right now, we have 2 cats in there, but I think they might be spoken for.
Okay.
But the new facility will have a sectioned off area for just the dogs alone. We'll have an outside kennel for them to run around in, so that when we are cleaning the kennels, we'll be able to release them in the caged area, which is a good size. Probably bigger than the size of this room where they can run around.
That's awesome.
And we'll have a sectioned area for the cats and an area for when the vet comes in, we have to conduct services. They'll have a place to do it.
So we're just gonna have individual kennels for them for temporary at the overall scout hut. The building to some kind of use.
They'll be good, they're like almost the same size of kennels they're in right now.
Okay, great.
But that one section that we're utilizing is a good size section. 2 great rooms combined into one.
We had a lot of animal complaints, huh?
Yes.
August. And that seems a lot too on the child abuse, CPS, juvenile runaway. That seems like.
School started,
Oh, okay.
birds went out. So what happened at my house? I don't know why. Went out with
So there were 29 that were shipped out for rescue canines.
correct.
That is a big number, that's good.
And y'all are doing a deal celebration days with the
Yes.
things.
I just want to thank the street department for filling them potholes. They're doing a good job.
Now the state can come in and tell potholes.
Amen.
Green, I would have to point out, that Amy's taking charge of that crew.
Thank you, Amy. Y'all doing a good job. Thank you for that.
And spearheading that crew, and they're really getting it done.
They are. I'm nervous thinking.
On the streets that y'all did go over and resurface. Look nice. They look real nice. Real nice.
Disappointed in how some of our parks look. I've expressed my thoughts and concerns on that already.
Yeah, why did we quit watering them?
We correct that issue.
And that's at Plaza Park. In the water.
Vest also,
And that's
and part of, Walton.
Shannon, did the lids are not on this report, right?
No, they haven't done nothing with them
Okay.
yet.
Okay.
We still have.
Any further discussion?
Yeah, that's good.
We'll move on to item 14 on our agenda, which is public comments on any item that was not listed on this agenda. Council may not deliberate or take actions on these items, but may request topics to be placed on future agendas. Council may provide factual information in response to the matter or recite existing policy. So keep that in mind. Do we have anybody from the community that would like to speak under agenda item 14? Okay, no one from the public, so we'll move on to 15, which is comments from council, city council, members, city manager or mayor. We'll go backwards this time. Ms. Judy, anything?
No, I don't have anything.
Great.
How much longer do they like on the meters?
I believe that they have maybe a week left, because they started the larger meter, the 3, 4, 6 inch meters. And when we got an update last week, we noticed that they had 2 weeks left. So they're, pretty much wrapping it up and they'll have it done.
Why are some taller and some are shorter?
On the meter boxes,
Boxes.
was the new meter boxes that we have, and what's happened is they kind of put it on there and let them settle. But we have had some call-ins on that they're too high.
Yeah.
And I think Greg and his team are going out there and make sure they kind of push it down a little bit more, but they're just waiting for everything to settle.
I don't know if they're coming back, but the guy across the street from me, he's disabled and they left a big old pile of dirt in the street.
Okay, if he gets the address on it, we'll make sure we go and make sure it gets cleaned up.
It's right across from me. I can
Okay.
tell you the,
Okay, we'll get that
and when it does rain, it's gonna go,
washed down.
but I don't know why they left it there, but anyway.
Okay, we'll make sure we get that done.
Anything else?
Appreciate what the policemen are doing. And I called yesterday, they're back on their four-wheelers or whatever on North B, 700 block. Little young girls, I say young, they look young,
And no helmets.
no helmets. I don't know if they caught them or not. I don't have a scanner or anything, so.
They usually go down San Angelo
Yeah, it's all over town.
and then
Make
back
sure,
up to
we'll
the.
make sure we get a patrol out there and monitor it.
I mean, I would have loved to have that when I was a kid, but Red in Odessa, Midland, Monahans, where these kids have been killed.
Ms. Green?
Just want to add that to that, Sarah. I know we discussed that we were gonna put something on Facebook about Kermit Celebration Days. I don't know if we can get that on, no razors or ATVs, I believe we were gonna do,
We can do that.
just a little reminder. And I just want to thank everybody for helping with KCD. It's tomorrow and I've seen everybody working so hard. Really appreciate you guys.
Should be a fun event. Kelsey?
I want to say that I've fallen into 2 holes next to meters where they did not fill the dirt back in. So if they could possibly go get the dirt from Greg's neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah, just let us know what addresses those are. We'll make sure we get it.
Okay,
Maybe before we issue final payment, we can ask them to go through one time and
Yeah.
check the city, have them check every meter box they did. That way, if it have rained by then, some have settled or whatever. It's
Yeah.
kind of like doing a final check off on the buildings that y'all are doing tomorrow, today, it's today, right?
I talked to you earlier about that.
So let's see if we can get them to do something like that before we release final payment.
and I'm super excited about Celebration Days, and I want to thank everybody in advance for all the hard work y'all are going to put in this weekend. And it's gonna be so exciting, so fun, and I'm glad we changed to Friday and Saturday this year.
We'll see what the survey says after.
Yeah, but we'll see.
Mr. Rodney?
Yeah, just a couple things I want to thank. I really want to thank Mike and the executive team for all the work on the budget, on celebration days, and the hard work that's gone in every day and overall for the betterment of the city now, and especially now with this fourth garbage truck coming in next week. We're not crutching along, we're progressing along now. And I just think we need to thank each of y'all for all of your dedication, hard work. Mike's been here almost 2 years and we've seen a noticeable difference in things. And y'all answered the question about the watering at the parks for me. And then I want to thank Councilman Chavez for all of her work and dedication. Also for Celebration Day, she's come up with some fantastic things, her and Gabby and Mike, that I think is going to make it one fantastic weekend. My appreciation to each and every one of you. And I got my second cancer-free report.
That's awesome. That's great news. ECM Ramos, anything?
Proud of the crew, proud of all the teams, all the effort and hard work they put into what's going on in the city, not just celebration days, but the streets, getting the streets ready for the reseeding. That was a lot of work on their behalf, and then they've come through. So kudos, guys, kudos.
Mike?
Just a few things. We mentioned the seal coat. I thought was coming off without a hitch. We managed to get it done. We were delayed somewhat, just so the public knows. We were expected to start last Wednesday morning, but they were delayed coming out of Pecos. That's the reason they didn't start till about 2 o'clock, but we got it done, and I think the streets look great. We're getting back to starting that. It's as you're aware, in the budget, we actually have increased the seal coat an additional $100,000. So in the budget, we have $250 for next year. So we're ready for that to happen. Our bulk water station is completed, and so it's actually up and running. You will see it down this weekend only because we were actually out there looking at everything. Somebody pulled up to get water, and when he pulled off, the water fell and stood in a puddle. So we're actually going through there and we're getting some concrete sloped down, so it kind of pushes off into a little low spot behind. That way there's not any water standing there. So you'll see that, but the bulk water station is up and running. And it looks like we're having some pretty huge success with that as well. We do have TML coming up. So at the end of October, just kind of FYI, I'm sure you all know, you should have received your hotel bookings already. And if not, let us know. We can get Diane and go out and try to find it, but it should be there. I wanted you to know that we do have a planning and zoning meeting next Wednesday. And we'll be going through the book again. We did manage to print out the zoning map. So we'll give it to the Planning and Zoning Commission and ask them to begin to kind of drive around town and see what they believe should be a different zoning than what's on our zoning map. And they'll bring that back to us and we'll start that. We have received, as you're aware of, the master park plan, and they're working on it. We received an update on Vest Park. Right now, they're tentatively looking at opening in June of 27. It's kind of a little ways off, but by the time we go through what we anticipate to be a bond election for the construction of that Vest Park, and then they start construction, it'll take them about 18 months is what they're anticipating. I want to let you know also that the nursing facility we're in the process of receiving the bids for the asbestos abatement. They're supposed to have those in by the end of next week. And then there's also gonna be a demo, cost that we're asking them to put in there. So we're hoping that in our October meeting, we can get that to you for approval. And then we'll start the demo of the nursing facility. If you haven't been out there yet, we actually boarded up the walls. There was so much asbestos in there that Kimley Horn, our engineering firm, said you need to board that up immediately. ASAP is what she said. So I do want to, again, commend our team for going out there. They boarded up and it's pretty much sealed off now. You can't get in there. So it looks good. Also, if you get a chance, go out there. They actually went through and cleaned up the front. And so we actually just now have trees there. So that little area is starting to get cleaned up. We want to make sure we got that done before Kermit Celebration Days. And our assistant city manager was very adamant about getting all that cleaned up before this weekend, and the crew managed to get that done. So that's great. Kimley Horn and I will sit down, I believe, next week. We're going to begin discussions on a traffic study, which was mentioned to us in the May meeting, but with school being out, it did us no good to look at a traffic study. But now the school's back in, we're gonna start the process of looking at a traffic study and bring that back. We're looking at getting a study based on East Avenue, Avenue D, Bryan, and then I think that's all there. Then we're looking at San Antonio, Waco, and Dallas, over by the elementary school. So we'll look at those areas for a traffic study. And then the last thing I have is, Mayor, on behalf and as a part of the team here at the City of Kermit, we want to offer our condolences to you on the loss of your mother.
I got one thing I want to ask you. What are we gonna do about the bank?
We actually have the architect working on that, and he's supposed to get something back to us. We're gonna try to get that in the October meeting, but if not, it'll be the November meeting.
He kind of sort of mentioned blowing it up.
Right. Yeah. Some C4. But yes, that's one of the options, is to do a complete demolition of the building and start a new construction.
Well, I hadn't heard anything. And you weren't here that day, so.
Right.
Okay.
Yes, I think when they come back, they'll bring us some couple of 2 or 3 different options we can look at.
Okay.
Anything else?
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Y'all excuse me for just a minute. First of all, I want to tell y'all, thank y'all very much for all your thoughts and prayers. It's hard to get through. But I know where she's at. I'm very happy with that. So thank y'all. Unlike Councilwoman Kelsey Williams, I'm not gonna bite my tongue. And I'm surprised we didn't have more public input on this, but I met with the Parks Department a couple of weeks ago, and I'm absolutely embarrassed and disgusted in the way our parks and cemetery look. I am very, very confident that Emmy is the right person to help us get that righted the right way. I'm gonna help put a plan together for watering, fertilization, weed controls. I'm gonna ask Kelsey's husband to kind of help me with that, so we can draft something up to give them the information they need so that they can meet the expectations that I feel like the council and the citizens expect of our parks and cemetery. But I do want everybody to know that I am not happy. I know Kelsey's not happy. Most of the council, I'm sure all of the council is not happy with the way they look. We understand it's a work in progress, and we've just got to give them, we've given them the right tools with the equipment and the mowers and stuff. Now we have to give them the right tools with the education and help them get a plan put into place. Unfortunately, with turf, it takes a couple of years before you see the big results, but we cannot